Creativity is an addiction. It's there. It's always knocking on your door. When it's not there, you're going, what am I going to do? I need my creative fix. Well, you got to learn to understand it. You've got to learn to love it, to listen to it. Unplugged, because we will always say yes to creativity. Totally Uncut, because we all make mistakes. So turn it into a tool. This is Arroe Unplugged. Do you ever have one of those days where you just don't know where to go? Or as I say, do you ever have one of those days where you just don't know where to grow? How about that? How about if we sip on some coffee? Oh my God, I love coffee. I love it when it's got vanilla in it. Not a fancy drink, just something about that vanilla says, good morning. There's just so much for each and every one of us to talk about. And sadly, when it comes to transparency, much of it is based on opinion. There's too much of that flying freely on social media. Why would the choice be to participate? It's not the same. Being unique comes with its fair share of judgment, but once it crashes onto the shores, the mind's eye is amazingly excited about the roar made. And this is what I call hidden speak. As a reader, I'd be asking about the truer message. What in God's name are you trying to say here? Not wanting to use your writing space as a public platform is a choice. But as the reader, I'd still be asking about the source of influence. How do we get to an area of thoughts shared, but not as they are, when they're entering the mental space that's connected? If there truly are so many things to talk about, why are we painting over them? And in that moment while I was writing, I had to answer that question to keep them from infecting this moment today. Lots of things to talk about. Much of it is nothing but opinion. And I think we're all a little bit tired of other people's opinions. Hey, it's Arroe. This is The Daily Mess, a chronological walk through an everyday world. I am a daily writer. And I face things like this where it's like, what do you want to talk about? No, we're not going there. That's opinion. Well, how about this? No, that's opinion. And it's like, do I not have a voice? Do I not have an opinion? No, not today. Not today. Because there's too many other opinions flying freely on the social media networks. This is The Daily Mess. Possibility, turning it into actuality, the power of ability. It always rests on choice. Although one might not be mentally able to be present in this place of now, the goal is to push the process into a place that accountability has a voice. We got to be honest. Every one of our minds are overflooded with too much content right now. Putting focus on how we got here is not the best walk and way. It's a waste of time. The concentration must remain in how we are receiving and delivering right now. Getting to that place is going to require some work. Not a group effort, but it's a personal step toward gaining mental stability by way of making a choice. We're all walking different paths. It's not anyone's fault that life changed during the opening moments of the pandemic in March of 2020. Now we have a lingering war in Ukraine that could be World War III. Sometimes you just want to sit in a very dark room alone to do nothing but nothing. I go there a lot, that dark room, alone. I have my writing with me. I call it a defrag journal. It's not that I am depressed, but what I'm trying to do is digest what is going on, what I have no control over. How can I find my focus? Before I go into my essential job, I do a thing called a transition walk, where I'm not in this studio. I am not the person that goes to the movie premieres. I am not anybody but who is going to be as that essential worker. I don't need to carry the weight of the world with me. And like I said in the very beginning, it requires work. It requires awareness. And you've got to be mindful of where you are. And you may not like where you are, but you've got to accept where you are. And that's difficult to digest because we want to run away. We want to feel great. We want to be one of the cool people. But it's not always the cool people that have the answers. It's just a moment of release. Yeah. When you go hang out with the cool people, man, you're not being you. You're being one of the cool people. The popularity crowd. I'm doing this because the world is doing this. But what do you really want to do? Did you want to do that? We could talk about Will Smith if you want to, but I really don't. We could talk about Chris Rock and why we feel this need as comedians that we have to bash others in order to gain access to a laugh. I don't understand. And yet, being in radio, I do get it. Because I've used other people as a source of energy to pop a joke. I remember one time that there was a baseball player for the Oakland A's that was collecting pictures of dogs because he was just trying to bring unity to all of his fans and followers. I want pictures of your dogs. I just want to see your dog. And on the air I said, well, I'm going to send him a picture of the mayor. Doesn't seem like it would harm anybody, right? Until the mayor physically called me. And the mayor said, I got into office because of 54% of the people of this city, this very city that you're broadcasting in, they voted for me. So when you tell people that you're going to send a picture of a dog and the picture is the mayor to an Oakland A's baseball player, you just bashed 54% of this city. But go about your day. Do what you need to do. I just wanted you to know that what you said by way of trying to create a joke, 54% of the people aren't laughing, buddy. I'm Arroe, and that's the Daily Mess.